Okay, assalamu alaikum. Hello, assalamu alaikum. My name is Ms. Nuria. Today I'll be teaching you Scratch programming, okay? So Scratch programming is a computer programming language designed mainly for teaching kids programming. It's developed by MIT. It's block-based programming language. Okay, so where do you find this programming language application? Okay, you can download the application and install it on your computer, or you can use a Scratch website. Type on Google just Scratch programming. It will take you to the website. Okay, so let me quickly take you through introducing you the main parts of the Scratch programming application. So this is Scratch 3.29 version. This square area you can see here, it's the stage. Okay, stage, right? So what I'm going to do is, because this is a program I have already made, I will show you how to make this one. Okay, so what I will do is click new. Okay, new project. So this is the basic Scratch application. When you're starting, this is what you will see on your computer. And this rectangular area, white space, you can see here, it's the stage where the character or sprite plays. This middle white space, there is a script area. This is the area where you put your script or program, computer program. And on the left panel of your computer, you have these blocks. Okay, so Scratch programming is block-based programming, so you don't have to, that means you don't have to write line of codes. It's made convenient for kids to learn, easy to learn. So all you have to do is drag and drop these blocks to make a script. Okay, so we have basically 8 blocks. You can also create your own custom block. These are some of the basic blocks we have: motion, looks, sound, events, and so on and so on. So the motion block, as you can see here, clicking on it, we have sets of commands that allow the sprite movement. Okay, and looks mainly controls the looks or the appearance of the sprite, and as well as making visual output. Okay, text output. We have also sound output. The event is a command that captures user activity such as clicking, okay, using a mouse, pressing a space bar, and so on and so on. Okay, we have the control block, which is used to control the action, the set of commands. Okay, either repeating actions or controlling output. What output should you display based on certain conditions being met? We have the sensing block, which is used to enter data through the keyboard and other functions, okay, of related, like between 2 sprites coming to each other, sensing, right? If one sprite is touching the other sprite, and so on. We have also the operators block, which contains set of commands used for doing basic math operations and other string operations as well, like making sentence. Okay, we have also variables. Variables is the same as math. In mathematics, you do variables like, or you have a variable called x, and x can have different values. If I told you that variable x stands people's name, and then I ask you to list, you will tell me all possible names that you know, right? So that's a variable. So here, same as that, it stores either a number or a word. Okay, yeah, that's it. Then we'll go to the bottom right section. You can see here we have backdrop. So the backdrop is, it's the background, stage background. Okay, so what you want this to appear in the stage. This basically represents like sorry, like a scene in a movie, okay, or a story. So just clicking here on choose background or backdrop, you have different environments being displayed. Okay, outdoors, indoors, you can click on these different categories and you can choose one from. Okay, yeah, For example, if you want animation story of fish swimming in an ocean, you have this, and then you can add a fish sprite and make it move and appear as if it is in an ocean. Okay. You can also paint your own, or you can upload from internet. Same way to the sprites, we can choose from here. Sprites, clicking down there, just like I've showed you. We have different sprite categories. Clicking on each, you can choose. Also scroll down to see all the options you have. Some of the sprites, when you click on them, they have different, they are animations like GIF, right? Because they have multiple pictures. We'll see that later. Okay, you can delete a sprite here the same way you can add a sprite here, or you can paint, or you can upload, you can delete a sprite here. Okay, now let's make a simple Scratch program. We'll start by choosing our backdrop. I'll choose one of my favorite backdrops here. Okay, I'll choose this green. I love green area. Okay, so now you can see just dragging this and moving it left, right, up, down. We can do that with a mouse, but that's not what we want to do. We want to create a script or a program to make this move. Okay, so the first thing you will need in your program is an event. An event block, it controls how you want to start the program or end the program. Okay, so here when green flag clicks, that's how I want the program to start, although we have different other options. Just for now, I'll focus on this. Then from, I want this sprite to move, I'll add move 10 steps. So this 10 steps, you can just double click inside and start writing to change it. Okay. Okay, if it refuses to write, I have my own tricks. I don't know what it does, why it does it, but I have my own tricks, because Scratch becomes stuck and stops writing. So what I do is just leave from Scratch and start typing somewhere else, and then come back and start writing. Okay, it is this number now, 2. Good. After doing that, just clicking on this green flag, what it does is just move the sprite 2 steps each time. Okay, now if you want this sprite to move without stop, you can just drag from the control command called forever. Okay, so this is what forever does. Okay, each time it's moving 2 steps, but it's moving non-stop. Yeah. Okay, now one problem, it's actually forever, it's moving forever, but because you have told it to move to the right, it's not coming back. When it reaches the end, it's just stuck there. So we need to add some command from here to make it return. Okay, yeah, that's going to solve that problem. But now you can see the cat is turning upside down. Yeah, we can fix that problem. I'll just drag one command from here. See, it says set rotation style. Okay, now setting rotation style left to right here. Okay, just left to right. Stop this program, start again. Now observe what happens. See, when switching the edge, it's not going upside down, it's normally turning left. Okay, yeah, that's our first simple program. One thing before closing this session I want to show you is costumes. Just clicking on the costume, you can see we have 2 different pictures of the same cat, but the pictures capture different movement of the cat. Okay, these are called costumes. Now the leg positions are different. If I just add one command from here, to lose the magic of making the cat appear as if it's really walking. Now the legs movement, you can see that it's flickering. Yeah, it's happening so fast. So just add from control block. Okay, you can slow down this so it looks like natural. Now you can see. Okay, you can increase this movement steps. Stop program, start again. Yeah, it moves faster, it moves naturally. That's it. You can also add one interesting thing. You can make this cat meow. Okay, just add here a meow sound. That's happening so fast and it's annoying. Yeah, just drag here and you can make it, you can add another one here. Okay, just like this. Yeah, this one happens only once. If you want it to repeat, Just add here. You can add your own another forever to make it repeat, but this time it will wait, okay? Let's start again. Yeah? Yeah. That's it for today. Before we finish, we have to save this file so that you can find it next time, okay? So we'll save it as meowing cat. Meowing cat, okay? Yeah? We have saved this program. For today, we have finished our session. Thank you for watching.